So I promised you uh, 10 minutes of pure gold with Thomas Heath, right? This is going to talk to us about LinkedIn headings. So I'm going to do a couple of things, and I hope I'm doing this right. So first, I'm going to hit spotlight on Thomas.
Hey everyone, I'm Thomas Heath. I'm a business coach and LinkedIn trainer. I'm so honored to be on here. This is great. I'm like Katie Miller. I've been to Tech in 5 in a while, and I'm so glad I'm back. Very, very impressed with how this is run. So I'm going to talk to you about 5 tips for a killer LinkedIn headline. So the first thing is, why LinkedIn? Why does it matter? It is the world's largest professional online network. It's got almost 700 million users. Here's the key thing, though, and take notes. I want to provide you value. I want you to say, this is worth my time. When someone meets you, either virtually at an event like this or in person, God willing, we're going to have a vaccine soon, or socially, and they want to learn more about you, they're going to Google you. And Google will come back with 9 search results. And typically, LinkedIn, if you're on it, will be in the top 3, quite often number 1. And people are used to, they're comfortable with LinkedIn. So if you do not put your best foot forward with LinkedIn, and I'm saying you have to be like on it all the time, the key thing is you have to, I don't say have to a lot, you deserve to have a strong LinkedIn headline. Headshot's important too, at a minimum. So what is the headline? It's the 120 character field underneath your headshot. And what I'm going to do is going to give you 5 tips. I normally teach this in like 45 minutes. I got 10 minutes, and with Q&A, maybe Phil will give me an extra 5. The thing is, I'm going to wrap it through 5 tips, and then I'm going to actually analyze LinkedIn headlines on this call. Okay, tip number 1, talk about how you help others, not what you do. What that means is you're wasting good, valuable real estate if you say account executive, financial advisor. So I actually coach a financial advisor, and I don't allow him to use those 2 words, Spencer Hill. I've coached him to say, I help busy professionals get financially organized, because that's what he does. So this is about what's called the WIFM principle, WIIFM. If you remember nothing else during this mini class, write it down, WIIFM. What's in it for me? Meaning, what's in it for the person who's checking out on LinkedIn because you said something at a networking event, or they met you at a virtual happy hour, whatever it is. They're checking you out. So what are you going to give them that's going to help them professionally? So that's tip number 1. Focus on how you help, not what you do. 2, keep it succinct so it's easy to remember. Now, Emily, who was in my chat room, she's awesome. I'm going to analyze her profile. Hers is not succinct, and we're going to talk about that. So normally, my recommendation is no more than 2 lines, and look at it both mobile and online, because it's different. 60% of LinkedIn users, maybe even 70%, are on mobile. So you want to be very attentive to that. So keep your less words is actually better on your LinkedIn profile, because this is all you want folks to do. All you want them to do is say, I'd like to learn more. Okay, tip number 3, focus on results or outcomes. This is what I mean by that. It's one thing to say, I help, okay, let's pretend I'm Phil. I help tech professionals make greater connections. That's good. I help tech professionals make greater connections that skyrocket their career. So focus on results or incomes, or outcomes, or income's good. Okay, lose the emojis. Now, everything is my 2 cents. You do not have to listen to me. With that said, personally, I think emojis are getting overdone. They're fine for texting. I don't think they have a place on a business professional platform like LinkedIn. One, maybe. Some people add a bunch of them. It absolutely turns me off. Again, my 2 cents. And my last tip, especially if you are looking to advance your career and looking to make a switch, and there's a few people on here that want to do that, use keywords if you're in job search mode. So so I was coaching someone who was an account executive in the industrial manufacturing field. So in fact, I'll show you her headline, Holly Jackson. What she had before was not good. So we worked with her to make it appealable to employers. Okay, 5 minutes and 12 seconds. Now, I'm not promoting here. I'm just saying, if you want to learn more, and I'll put this in the chat, if you want to learn more, I teach LinkedIn class every 2 months. It's got a little one-on-one aspect, a two-on-one. This one is all about using LinkedIn to develop a six-figure income. I didn't do squat on LinkedIn 4 years ago. Once I got into it, learned how to use it, I developed a six-figure income that I enjoy to this day. I teach other people how to do it. So if you're interested, there's a little bit.ly there. I'm going to throw it in the chat. Just, check it out. If you're interested, I got 7 more slots. Okay, final call to action. I got this great info sheet. You're not going to be thrown into some funnel or, I'm not going to dog you. It's called 5 Steps to Build Your Personal Brand. People love it. It's a 2-page PDF. If you want it, text the word brand, BRAND, to 6680. Oh, no, this changed. Old slide. 44144. Sorry about that, gang. 44144. 44144. And you'll get the info sheet, and then each day you'll get a 2-minute day. Over 5 days, you get a 2-minute video. All mine. It will help you grow your business. I will correct that. I will correct that in the chat. So that's it. So I'm going to open up to questions. And at the same time, I want to bring in some of, Phil, if this is all right with you, I'm going to bring in some people's LinkedIn profiles. Is that okay?
Good with me.
Great. Yeah. Here we have Emily. And if you can unmute Emily.
You can unmute yourself.
As account executive, talent acquisition, software development, systems engineering, information technology. I am massively overwhelmed right now. I have no idea what she does. Emily, what's the one thing you do to help the world professionally?
One thing I do is identify talent for organizations, specifically in the technical field.
Great. Who are your peeps? Who are your people? Who are you helping?
People within the IT field, for the most part. If that's okay. I understand your question. So in the government space, I guess, in the government space, IT and technical fields, just like engineering.
Great. So what you might want to consider is something along the lines of, I assist government contractors in acquiring the best talent possible. What are your thoughts on that? Yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that's a lot better than what I have. Like you said, I kind of try and target a lot of different areas, and it's unclear with what I do.
No, focus niches or riches from the niches. I connected with you on LinkedIn. So if you like it, change it. I'd love to see it. Cool?
Cool.
Okay, great. So now I'm going to go to Josh, who's in my breakout room. We're at 8.5 minutes. MBA, business analyst, IT, driving projects forward. Kind of don't know what that means, Josh. Can you unmute Josh?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you help the world professionally, and who do you help, Josh?
So primarily for my day job, at least, I bridge the gap between business and IT.
Great. That's your LinkedIn headline, dude. So, I mean, that's, to me, that's so much more powerful. And you're needed. I spent 17 years in IT. You're needed. We need people that can bridge that gap, because normally business people go, oh, IT people, they speak another language. If you can bridge that gap, that's a value. That's a WIFM. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else you want to ask me before I open up to general questions?
Not for mine.
Good. Okay. I hope that helps. Josh, Emily, thank you for letting me pick on you. We're at 9.5 minutes. Phil, can I open up for questions?
Absolutely. If you got a question for Thomas, raise your hand either physically or digitally.
I'll look at it. You want to say, look at my LinkedIn headline, I will do that.
We'll try to do that.
Hey, this is This is Heath, Mr. Heath.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Heath. I like your name.
I like yours as well.
Great. Yep, I'm listening, sir.
What's your opinion on connecting with someone you haven't met at all on LinkedIn?
Be respectful. So keep it short, and don't connect with them and then follow up and sell them with anything. So what's your last name, Heath?
It's Quinley, Quinnenelly.
I found you. Okay, great. Give me 2 seconds. So what you have right now is, give me 2 seconds, account manager, enterprise programs, T-Mobile. Yeah, you got to lose that dude, in my opinion, because the account manager says, I'm going to sell you something.
You're right.
Yeah. So how do you help? And I'm going to do a full, I'm going to connect with you without a note. I just don't have time. So how do you help the world? Who do you help?
Employees of Fortune 1000 companies.
And how do you help them?
I promote a discount to them, a wireless special.
Well, okay, so you help them save money, but I mean, don't sell based on price. How do you? What's your secret sauce? What do you do that makes it great to do business with you?
And it's actually the employer more sometimes than the employee, because I bring something to them.
Okay, so drill down the riches and the niches. What department? What title?
Human resources.
Okay, so how do you help human resources?
I bring ideas to promote pre-COVID and now COVID with virtual events to help them come up with ideas to have a wellness fair, for example, for their employees. I give them ideas that maybe they're not just doing the typical thing.
Okay, I'm going to power coach you. It's a little wonky, dude. You get to work on that. So, well, that's all right. And I like your background. Your headshot's a little washed out. In my opinion, it's not professional. Get a good professional headshot. So I help HR leaders, I'm going to make up something, stay better connected with their employees. Whatever it is, you get to be specific. Does that make sense?
It certainly does.
Great. Okay, next question.
Let's wrap that there and see if anyone wants. We're going to let them go ahead and do their thing, and we'll come back and maybe we'll have more questions, because I'm going to seed them with an idea. So first off, I think it's, let me see if I can do this right here. Yeah, first off, applause for Thomas Heath. Thank you for doing that. That's the only way you do it right there. I got a little dude in the corner. And now here's the deal. Everybody gets a copy of the chat room when we're done. So everyone on the call is going to get this emailed to them again, right? So be sure to stick your stuff in there, and we will share that with everybody there. But I want to say thank you to Thomas Heath for doing that. Great job. Appreciate that.